Bless up, Electroculture family. My wife asked me to install an antenna on a golden rain tree that she planted recently. It's kind of the only tree in our little collection of trees up here that looks rough. So we're gonna put an antenna on it, see if it helps at all. And we're gonna use a CW3 Plus model. I am gonna put a piezo-arc amplifier on it as well. This is gonna be the classic single tree application. We're gonna mount this on a copper grounding rod, run a galvanized wire from the antenna directly to the tree and into the rhizome layer of the soil. So the first step is to get the compass out, find north-south alignment, and then you can find out roughly what linear layout you need to install your polar posts or whatever you're installing your antenna on. I've already done that here and I know it's going to about right here. North is that way, south is this way, putting the antenna on the south side of the tree. And we're going to use this 1/2-inch copper ground rod for the purpose only that it's a nice material and they're inexpensive and they're easy to move around if you want to move around from tree to tree. And I'm going to use the regulation 4-wheeler ladder here. So we got this banged in. I turned off the camera so it wouldn't be so obnoxious to sound through the microphone. But you can see I drove it in like 1.5 feet, 2 feet. Basically just trying to get it up here out away from the tree canopy a bit. I'm gonna hop down and we'll connect the antenna. So we have a little PVC insulator like I've used before on these grounding rods. It's just a PVC sleeve. Slip it over there. This is just for insulation against this metal so we don't have bleed off of our system. This is a mast-to-mast mount. Clamps down here, clamps down on the antenna. And we use these pieces of rubber for further insulation right there and also on the antenna against the mount. And we can just slip it down in here like so. And hand tighten at first. It's probably overkill with the insulation and the insulative properties, but it's easy to do, so why not? Now we have the antenna up, we can tighten it down a little bit, the socket. And this is adjustable here. That's another reason these mounts can work nice here, is because we can use our compass and get our brass telluric rod directly facing south and then tighten down this little screw just going through the PVC. Just like a little set screw, and then it'll stay oriented south. So I'm going to use this 12 gauge galvanized wire. I measured out what I needed from the antenna to the ground, and for about a foot's worth or a little more to go into the soil to penetrate the ground. And to make it easier and nicer to work with, I'm going to put it in a drill and pull it and twist it, and that will straighten this wire. Because this wire came on a roll and it wants to be difficult and roll back up. And this way, after you do that, unchuck it, you have like a nice, easy to work with straight piece of wire. I'm just going to clip it off that wound piece. Now I have a piece of wire that isn't trying to roll back up, stays nice and straight. So we're going to take about a foot of this wire, a little more, and just make like a 90-degree bend basically. And I should have probably slipped this on first, but I'm going to slip this insulator on. And this will kind of be where the soil level is, just for some protection. And then we'll go out here about this far out and just directly insert. So just to make sure that this bare wire doesn't touch this bare metal, I'm going to slip a piece of heat shrink tubing on there to where it will protect it against that right there. And just kind of gauge where your coupler is going to meet in the center. Make the cut. So we're just going to slip the galvanized end into the coupler. Get it nice and tight. Now we are connected. And we can just heat our tubing up here. Now we're insulated against that pole. If it blows around a little bit, which I'm sure it will. And this is a really strong way. It can blow around a little bit, but it's secure, it's strong. I'm going to do something a little different and utilize a piezo-arc amplifier. But I'm going to connect it right here to the sleeve and then clip it right onto our lead wire. Usually I would put these on the antenna body, but just to show another way to use them and their versatility. So yeah, you can just put that on just like that, and then we can come around and clip right to our lead wire just like that. So everything's set up here. The CW3 Plus with the piezo-arc amplifier with amethyst set up on this golden rain tree. At the very end, I like to double check my orientation. Make sure this brass rod is facing south and it's looking just perfect. That's really all you need to worry about. The gap in the split ring resonator facing north subsequently, and that's ideal as well. So that's how you set it up. Single tree application, CW3 Plus. Much love and many blessings.